Okay, hi. You know, setting up, still setting up. You know how that go. So, but real quick, like I don't have no introduction, but it might seem like I say the same thing every time. So this could be an introduction, but I don't have no introduction. I don't want to have no everyday introduction. You know how a lot of people videos is, and I'm just like, so I get tired of saying that. Like, but whatever. To each his own. Um, but yeah, but this will be another unstructured video. You might hear my daughter in her t-shirt in the background. She is fine. And this video will most likely have interruptions with that is something normal when my daughter is up and I'm trying to do something. Um, she likes to come around me, which is fine. I'm not complaining, you know. So yes, I'm still getting myself together. I just got finished eating some leftover chicken that I made a couple of days ago, which was really good. And then I'm drinking some coffee. So coffee and chicken. Mm, mm. I feel like I got something in my teeth, but I should be good. But alright, I still gotta cut on the TV, put some Vaseline on my hands, all that good stuff. So just give me a few minutes. Okay. I'm getting comfortable. Okay, let me put something on this TV. Let me squeeze you up a little bit closer so you can hear me some. You can hear me. Okay, so a random gonna this is again I'm just gonna be speaking because how I talk, I be all over the place. I know I probably say that every time, but it's the truth. So be like, damn girl, can you finish a topic before you go to a next before you go to something else? Like my bad, but no, not really my bad. But I mean I'm trying to get it together. But anyways, what I want to talk about, what was on my mind a few minutes ago? Um how okay, like how people be like say representing when they come from. This is going back to like different hoods and different neighborhoods. Well, I guess that's the same thing, hood and neighborhood. I just shortened it. But different communities or different like cities, when people be like, I'm from what's places where I grew up around? Bright Seat Road. Yeah, I'm from Bright Seat. I'm from Glen Arden. This is PG County, Maryland. I'm talking about. Um, what else? I'm from just in general PG, and then it's Montgomery County, it's Howard County, Anne Arundel County, Baltimore City, Baltimore County. So when people be like, I'm representing my hood. And then I'm like, what had happened to made me think of this? Like say what's going on TV now. I don't really watch the news like that, but when it comes to like say like the war, I guess it's a war going on or a battle or something in between Gaza and I don't even know. Don't even get me the line. I want to say Russia, but then that might not even Russia probably not even in on it. Like I don't even listen. I don't even know what's going on. All I know is some BS. Regardless, regardless, is it China, Japan, Korea, Gaza, um, Israel, um, what other countries? India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, like what is it? I don't even know y'all, but because I don't even like none of that stuff matters. Like, so psyopy and so freaking fake and such a distraction. But anyways, I was talking about like people representing the different hoods or neighborhoods or even countries. So I think I was watching the news briefly. I don't even know what was going on, but I'm just was like what are these people like like it'll be funny. Like I don't even know what they fighting for, but I'm just like, or the purpose. Like, come on, people. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is the problem? I'm just like, what is the problem? Like, y'all do not understand how deeply I feel when I'm just like, what do y'all want? What are y'all fighting for? Soil, land, and first of all, who the F owns the land? Who gave a certain group of people permission to say, I'm gonna charge people to live on this land? This is dirt. Who is, oh, that right there itself, it just irks me because I'm like, who the fuck gave anybody custody of the freaking dirt? They say, "Oh yeah, you got all this land. You in charge of it, and you going to charge people to live on dirt that is here, dirt, water, ocean, whatever." I'm like, who in the world? Oh yeah, well the banks own the land. Who the fuck gave the banks permission to own the land? Oh, their lease. Who the fuck gave their lease permission to say, oh, this is the land? All that shit is stolen. And it's a damn shame how the land is free. This land is freaking free. Dirt is free. And then it's been stolen. And then people got to pay for it to get it back or to live on something that's free. Man, this whole system, when I say it's going down, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm like, of course I know I'm not the only one who knows this or who feel this way. That's why I'm like, y'all, if once I get acknowledgement and get in my position, and like the people who know who I am, like I said, I keep saying divine timing, divine timing. I'm going to be like people, community, y'all, who, the masses, whatever. I'm here for y'all. Like, this is what's going to happen. Y'all give me the ideas of how to make it happen, how to run smoothly. I'm not going to be no freaking, I think the word is a dictatorship. The one who, like, just say, I think I think that's the word that I'm thinking about. A dictatorship when like a sole person is like in charge, the boss, and they don't care what nobody else says or their opinions. It's just like, hey, if I say everybody wear red on a certain day, and if we don't wear red, you getting got or something like that. And then it's like that person don't take no opinions or no advice from anybody. I think that's a dictatorship. I don't know, but that's not what I am. That's not me. Like I want things to be balanced, and then I know it has to be structured and it has to be like ways of doing it, like show your works. Like when I say I came from being able to snap my fingers and have things happen, and that blew a whole lot of people minds. That's why coming here, it was just like, no, you can't do that anymore. You gotta show your works. You can't, snap your fingers now and everybody is doing what you want to do, or everybody is at peace. And it's not like you can't do that now. You know. because that'll F up a whole lot of people, and then it's like messing, like, no. And believe me, a lot of y'all probably had a remember being able to do that, and then coming here on Earth, it's like, what? I can't. I gotta, yeah, how can I say this? Like, you gotta wait. Like, Earth is like a patience kind of a thing too. Like, learning patience, like slow and steady wins the race. And while you trailing, while that turtle was, in the race, moving, or what I about to say, galloping. Turtles don't gallop. Turtles crawl. The turtles crawl. Well, they move. They swish a swish, swish a sway. I don't know. But when turtles, I guess crawl. I'm just say move. So when that turtle was moving, the turtles who was in the race with the hare, when that turtle was, doing this thing, going, moving, the turtle was also learning and observing things around it. Like, it didn't, wasn't like taking a break, how, like, the hare was able to take a whole nap for a few hours, and like, hey, 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 the turtle was like at its own pace, was like, look, regardless if the hare is already up at the finish line, I'm doing this for me, because this is like, hey, at least I will show others that the hare can be challenged. Like, I may not have won, I may not have won because I had probably been already done crossed the finish line, but it shows that others, don't have to be intimidated by this person, by this hair going off fast. So, anyways, that's the whole. I don't even know why I got to say that. I mean, I guess I do know, but whatever. But see, I'm just all over the freaking place. Um, yeah, so Earth is like being patient, like, I've been realized that, but more so now, it's like, okay, divine timing. You got to show your works. Yeah, everything will happen. Everything is already written. You already know what's going to happen. But now it's about showing evidence, showing your work, showing, like, letting people know, like, how to work their way up there, or how everything became to be, you know. So, like I said, when I see things that's to come in the new earth, what's coming, once I get in knowledge and get, hey, my children, like, everything is already done, and I keep, it's like so freaking weird, because when I say it's about me too, it's about me 100%. Like, just accepting who I am, and be like, okay, it is what it is. I 1,000% want to accept my gifts, all of them, and the powers that I have. Like, it's like more so me. And I be hearing people like, don't be afraid of your power. Don't be afraid of your power. A lot of y'all have so much power, but y'all just afraid to call it in, to accept it, to do this, because y'all know how much powerful you're going to be. And I be hearing that on and off from different people, online, just talking in general. And I'd be like, oh my goodness, like, that's me. And I'm like, I should not be. I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know. Like, you guys, I'm still just trying to cope with some stuff. And then I just feel like, if I want, because I know it's coming, I know it's man, it's going to happen. Like, I'm going to have my whole percentage of power, and just like my godparents, meaning Father Time and Mother Earth, those are in my name. Time, Time, the word time, Time, and Earth, Earth, is in my name. Remind you, take the H from my last name. So it's Demetra H. Well, Demetra Hempfield, but I'm just using the letters from Demetra, and H from my last name, and H from my last name. And, so Father Time and Mother Earth. But anyways, I'm named after, my parents. Like, all this stuff is coded. Is, how, like, say it, they put this even in movies, but some people might can be be relatable to this. Oh, like the movie Men in Black. I think I was talking about that earlier. I forgot which part, but the movie Men in Black, but it was the movie where the older white detective, he had went back to the normal world, quote unquote normal world. So he wasn't a Men in Black anymore. It erased his memory, this and that. So Will Smith had to find him and be like, look, you remember where, yeah, it was like a bracelet, or no, the brace what Rosina Dawson. Goodness, what is that girl name? Rosea Rosina Dawson. She was in the movie. I think I'm still pronouncing her name wrong, but she ended up having a bracelet. A bracelet that was on her had like a part in it, a jewel that these other people was looking for. So the whole time she had it on her wrist, but she didn't even know, and she didn't even know how special she was. So it was that movie when Will Smith had to locate, what is his name? Well, I had to locate him and be like, look, you got to remember where you hid, just say the stone, whatever. You got to remember where you hid the stone at. He's like, what are you talking about? I don't know you. I never seen you before. So eventually, because he felt something inside of him that's just like, man, this stuff do feel weird. Like my life, like I'm working at a post office, which is cool, but it just seems so like mediocre. Like, like it's something else out there. So when Will Smith came to him, was talking to him, he was just like, "Oh yeah, I do feel a little bit like." So eventually, he ended up going back to to the Men in Black, but he had to regain his memory. So the whole time throughout the movie, he had left messages and clues for himself. This is the older white man. He before he like got his memory lost or was like, "Hey, I don't want to be a Man in Black anymore." He had placed clues in different areas because he knew like maybe one day I might have to come back to being Men in Black or just something. So that's kind of what this is now. It's like hidden clues and messages and different things so people can remember who they are and can be like, oh my goodness, no wonder that happened, or that's connected to that. Oh, I get it now. Okay, I didn't get it at first, but it took me 3 years to understand why this had happened and yada yada yada. So that's kind of what's going on now. The truth is in plain sight. So it's like movies that came out in 1982. That was the year I was born. And that's like some of them, like I haven't seen like all of the movies that came out in 1982, and I don't know all the titles. But the ones that I do know, like some of them like resonate with me. And I'm like, wow, I experienced that. Or wow, isn't that a coincidence? But like how many coincidences will it be before people just be like, yeah, it's a possibility. I can see that. Instead of saying no, 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 that's crazy. That's crazy. It's like I'm showing you facts. Like it's right here in the movies. It's right here in black and white. Like. And so yeah, so with me and then the words in my name, it's like everything is like, come on, Demetra, you come on, Demetra, you know who you are. Just don't be afraid of your power. Like it's going to happen. What you see, you already seen everything. This is your world, demi world. This is the middle ground. You are the middle. I'm like the middleman, like between the beginning and the end, the start and the ending, the up, the down. I'm like the middle part before you go up and down, before you consider to be up, before you consider to be down, you right in the middle. Middle demi means half. Demi is half. So that's like middle. Everybody now we are here in the middle. Middle, this is like I said, man. And this is like my earth, my world. And it's like people know it. And all these people who's trying to procrastinate, and y'all know who y'all are. Y'all can be out here looking like regular people, but the CIA, the FBI, NASA, the Vatican, Freemasonry, the Scottish Rite, Knights Templar, like everybody. These the people who I emailed throughout the years also and called. So these people, even like newspapers, Baltimore Sun. Oh yeah, another thing, keep that same energy. All these local papers and stuff that I call Fox 5, Fox 45, Baltimore Sun, um, what other Baltimore Times, New York Times, New York Post. I email TMZ. Like all y'all people, keep that same energy. Like I'm don't listen, don't be fucking with me when the real media like freaking come out. When I say the real, I'm talking about up. When I say I see my name and freaking across the sky, like do y'all know who a lot of people is related to, or who is related to y'all, and who is the ultimate relations? Me, when I say young, oh my goodness. When I say, people say it can only be one, like I'm the only fucking female. Like, and believe me, I probably got some brothers, or I know I at least have one brother that's in the same position as me. Like, twins, or just a boy and a girl, or me, and then like a whole lot of dudes, like my brothers. And then like my brothers was like, oh, she the only girl, even though dad or mom want her to inherit, and now you inherit. I mean, what's the word, heir, like how you inherit something, that's basically yours already. You inherit something. Heir, and like, you the heir of the throne. Heir is in my name, Heir. I think that's how you spell it, Heir. Heir. And then the other heir is in my name too, Air. So I'm like, all this stuff is like, let me show you, we putting things right in front of your face for you to realize this. And mind you, when I was a kid, I know, like how I'm quite sure a lot of y'all knowing that something was a bit off about this world. Like it just don't seem how it's supposed to be. But of course, you young, and then people just be like, you just, I don't know, like people don't really care what you have to say, even when you barely talk, and then you trying to say things that people like, I don't know, just be quiet, that don't make no sense. Like, what are you trying to say? Like, if you would listen, I'm saying what I'm trying to say. but but all things happen for a reason. So like I said, I kid y'all not, what I see and what I know. Oh my goodness, it just makes me, I'm just cheesing right now because I feel it, and it's such a beautiful thing. And I know, and I'm like, maybe because I don't have people around me, or people motivating me, like I'm motivating myself. But then, I do watch some people on YouTube that's like motivating, like the collective, you know, giving them good advice, well, not even advice, but just saying good things that's to come, or just, whatever, confirming and stuff. But I'm like, if I don't have that, like really, really for real with me personally, that's, it's like, I know who I am. I know what I can do. I know I'm being watched. And then in the beginning, how people be like, target individuals. How people be like, yeah, I'm a target individual. I got people watching me, and they and doing all of this, and they causing all these problems, and I can't go anywhere, and there'd be a whole big crowd. As soon as I get there, it'd be quiet, but then 3 minutes later everybody want to come in, and this and that, and so I'm a target individual, and people be watching me, whatever. So I heard that plenty of times. So years ago, I'm talking about years ago, I started like experiencing kind of that, like feeling that kind of way. And I was just like, it seemed like people be following me, or yeah, like you go inside of a restaurant, and it be you, whoever you with, go inside the restaurant, and it be like a customer in front of you, and maybe two people sitting down, eating. So mind you, don't be packed, it don't be nothing. Is you walk in, somebody is in front of you, placing their order, so you gotta wait, and then you look around, it's like a couple that's sitting at the same table. So you're like, oh, okay, not too many people up in here. So as soon as you get the order and you looking around and like another people come in the room, come in the door. So you ordering your food, you're like, all right, thank you, pay for it. Step to the side, the next people start ordering their food, and the next thing you know, while you waiting for your food, more people start to come in, and then some people just start sitting down at tables before they order their food because they got other people ordering their food for them, and it's just like, what? Oh, y'all people come from? So now you second guessing. Like now, I was planning on sitting down eating in here, but now it's like more people came in, and it's just like So for a while, not a long while, but for a while, I was like, and then for some reason around that time, that phrase started coming up, target individual. And I didn't know what it was, until I was seeing like TI. What's a TI? What's the target individual? Like, So I'm like, oh, so that's what that is. Oh, so that's what I am. I'm a targeted individual. So that lasted in my mind for, I don't know, I'm gonna say a few months, not no years. It was maybe like a few months. And then I started, doing more research in myself and with other things. Um, Especially with like I'm gonna say like the Illuminati and Freemasonry. And I want to say this about the Illuminati. A lot of people stop at that step, and that's how like a lot of people get scared basically. Once you start learning about yourself or start learning about the truth, that Illuminati will show up somewhere along the road. You start digging deep into other stuff, the Illuminati will show up. The word Illuminati, the one that symbol, you would start seeing it. You be like, oh my goodness, one that symbol. You go places, you like, oh, they watching me, and you like afraid. You like get this feeling of being unease, like you don't even want to be saying the word out loud. Now, I would say this for a short amount of time. This is with the Illuminati, not with the TI situation. But for a short amount of time, you know, I was like that. I was like, oh, I can't even say the word Illuminati out loud. I got to be like, Illuminati. If I'm out in public just talking about it, or I see somebody with the one eye symbol, I'd be like, oh, one eye symbol. Like, I wasn't scared. It was more so like, oh, okay, I see y'all trying to get me. Like I was realizing, like, oh, y'all trying to deter me from going deeper, from knowing more knowledge because of what I heard about the Illuminati, like the stuff that they can do or have done, like all these claims and stuff like that. So, and then like it's like tied to like Freemasonry as well. So then when I started digging into Freemasonry, I went into like the Knights Templar. Like all this was like having me go down different paths. So then it was like the Knights Templar, and then it was like the true reason for the Knights Templar. You know how everything got like a secret, like everything is out in the front, like say the Freemasonry, what they put out in the front is something. So the public know Freemasonry for doing some kind of something, that's what the public know, whatever, whatever. But then it's like other videos of the real truth or the real secret of the Freemasonry, that they don't want you to know. So, so it's like stuff like that, and I'm like, what? So then I get to thinking, like, okay, you know how people be like, I think the Freemasons supposed to be the secret society. I think that's what Freemasons, yeah, like the not even Illuminati. I think it's well, which one is supposed to be the secret society? But just say both of them. I don't know. Just say both of them. So the thing is, they really are not the secret society. It's like, oh my goodness, like you're not gonna you're gonna give people a little bit of what they want or what they want to hear. Okay. So you want to keep them entertained. Like that's what's going on. It's like, oh, a secret society, Freemasonry, the Illuminati. Oh my goodness, they so secret. They got a secret handshake, this and that, yada yada yada. But the whole time, all these people that's in these quote unquote cults or groups or societies, they like, damn, this is just a freaking front. Like yeah, yeah, like people don't even really know the secretive societies that really is like really, really underground. You know what I mean? Like, like if it's a really, really secret, that means nobody in the public supposed to know about it. So all of this is a front with the Freemasonry and the Illuminati. Like, oh wow, everybody know about that. Wow. So that's not the real secret. Yeah, so believe me, I already know it's a more secret, like all capital letters, secrety group, of people that's like, listen, if you say one word about this, like you like, man, yeah, y'all know. If y'all know. But like I said, all this is just a front for entertainment purposes. What is this? Why did my thing just do that? But yeah, it's a front for to keep y'all masses entertained. But anyways, going back to what I was saying about like the Illuminati thing, like no, they ain't put no fear in me. It was more so of a curiosity, like, like who's in charge of this? What in the world? Come to find out, I am. Like I am in charge. Like, oh my goodness, I would email, and I'm talking about like the Scottish Rite. Mind you, everything is like for in this case, it was like connected. The Illuminati, the Freemasonry, the Scottish Rite. I had emailed. Oh, here come my daughter. What's the problem? Que pasa? Que pasa? You're not getting on my back.
What happened? Oh, is this, are we eating together? Okay. Right. We got ours. What are these?
Okay.
Tito's.
Drink some coffee. Okay, yeah. So what I was saying was about the yeah, like I had emailed the Scottish Rite, the Illuminati, like say for some reason I was getting emails like in my it was weird. During this time I was getting um and I don't know if this still in or was it like a certain time when a lot of people for some reason, even on Instagram, was just popping up on my news feed about, yeah, do this for the Illuminati and like I don't know, it was some stuff on Instagram. It was just like on my news feed constantly, and I don't even be following none of these people. You random people talking about, yeah, I got this for the Illuminati, do this, you gotta email this or something or whatever. And then stuff was coming up in my YouTube feed, like videos. At 3 o'clock a.m. do this, or the Illuminati contact me, and they said this, and yada yada. It's something about like a gold chain, I think, a bracelet. I can't remember, but during this time, it was like the whole Freemasonry Illuminati era was like all up around me in a sense. Like go on YouTube, people talking about Freemasonry and Illuminati. Go on Instagram in my newsfeed, people who I don't follow, they're just coming up on my screen talking about Illuminati this, and then they got the one nine symbol on it, profile picture, or whatever. So for some reason, I got an email from it says the Illuminati. I don't even know the exact email. I don't. This was years ago. Okay, years ago. So I got an email, and I'm just like, what the heck? So I'm emailing this person back, and I was just like, I think I started off like questioning it, at first, and then after I started, how can I say this? Watching different kinds of movies at that same time and watching and doing research on the Freemasonry, it was like everything was all combined together. The Scottish Rite, the Freemasonry, the Illuminati. I was like, you know what? I emailed whoever I was emailing. 'Cause they was like, yeah, if you want to do this, if you want to join, you gotta whatever. I can't even remember. I just remember something like, yeah, if you want to join, you have to do something. I don't know. So then I emailed the person back. And I was like, do you know who I am? Like, you need to contact your boss, whoever your boss is. You will find out that it's me. But until you do, just contact whoever boss that you're working for and let them know that Demetra Hemphill is here. Something I put. I can't remember exactly word from word, but I'm quite sure that email will come out soon to the public once all of this, once the media, which media is in my name. So again, it's like divine timing. Like Demetra, everybody waiting on you. You're the one who can say, "Come on, let's do it." But I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. This is a lot. Like people, like when I'm trying to tell y'all. So, anyways, I basically was like, F that, I'm in charge of the freaking Illuminati. Like, what y'all trying to threaten me or have me scared or just have me like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to go deeper into the truth. Like, yeah, I went deeper into the truth and found out, like, what the fuck? I'm the fucking CEO before the CEO. Like, I don't, yeah, I can't even explain it. Like, of that um organization. So, like I said, during this time, it was like TI's target individual kind of a phase too. But like I said, I didn't think that much too long about TIs because once I started realizing, like, when I say everything was bunched in together for like months and then throw in a TI kind of a thing. And then I'm just like, I don't want to think that people watching me, but at the same time, I was going looking into doing research on the Illuminati, doing research on the Freemasonry, doing research on the Scottish rites and stuff like that or whatever. And then hearing about the word TI and target individuals, I'm like, oh my goodness, what. And then watching movies that be talking about like the Illuminati or like people getting killed if they found out a secret and they put it out in public and this and that. So I'm just like, what the heck? Like, why's all this happening at one time? Oh my goodness. But at the same time, I was still chilling. So I'm like, everybody is at this time, like, how can I say this? I just thought everybody is like humans. So I was like, I'll be damned somebody trying to hurt me. Like, what? Come on now. Like, I know y'all know better. So I wasn't like fearing for that. And then the whole Illuminati Freemasonry process, that was like months. I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 months, for the process of me to be like, I'm in charge, whatever. But the whole TI thing, doing that 4 to 5 months in between that probably lasted like 2 months. But I was like, oh my goodness, I'm a target individual. People is out there trying to hurt me. Like, oh, if the lines get long, like it was like in the sense of say I'm in a store and then I'm standing in line and it seemed like the shortest line I'm standing in. Now all the rest of the lines is long. But for some reason this line is just stopped moving. As soon as I get into the short line, the line is not moving. But all the rest of the long lines is moving. And I'm like, what the heck? So that kind of stuff that I'm just like, oh, these like y'all mother effers. So that's when I was thinking like far as like being a TI. And then that's when I would look around and I'll be seeing people wearing different shirts. They got like a one eye symbol on there or a movie that emphasizing Illuminati, stuff like that. So I'm just like, oh, okay, y'all trying to play with me. Okay, I see y'all. So stuff like that where had got me to be like, oh, I'm a target individual. I'm walking outside and then um get back in a car, but then it looked like somebody just got a cup of soda, like right in front of, the door, the passenger side door where I'm getting in at, like somebody just left a cup of soda there. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Y'all trying to see a reaction out of me. So at this point, I'm like, yeah, okay, I am being watched. But I wasn't like afraid. I was just like, oh, I'm being watched. Give them a show. Like, what's that song say? If the FBI is watching you, what that? It's a song by some guy. Give him a show, FBI. Give him something to look at. Put on a show for them. Something I forgot how that song go. But I was like, oh okay. And then after a while, when I'm learning more about the occult and stuff like that, I'm like, you know what? For who I am and really, digging deeper into who I am also, I'm like, I'm not no damn target individual. If anything, people is testing me, people trying to confirm or not confirm who I am. Like in a sense of how can I say this? Like people are trying to say, oh, well, we're going to leave this cup right here to see her reaction. If she's really Demetra, she would do this. If she's not, it was like it became tests to me. I'd be like, oh, yeah, they are testing me, but they trying to test me to be like, I really want to see, is this her? I really want to see. So it's not more so testing to be like, oh, I want a negative reaction, like I want her to fail. Not nothing like that. It's more so I want to really see if this is her. Ooh, let me knock on the door and ask for the wrong person name, even though I know she lives there. I know Demetra lives at this location, but I'm gonna knock on her door and ask for a whole completely different name because I just wanna be like, oh my goodness, like I want to see how her reaction is, like how she gonna act. Is she gonna be nice? Is she gonna, So it's more so of like they know who I am. if they just want to see my reaction to some stuff. So then instead of me thinking of a mindset doing a TI thing, target individual, like, oh my goodness, people watching me and they trying to test me, they doing this, they doing that or whatever, like getting pissed off a little bit. My mindset changed into, you know what, these people are like washers, protectors. That's how I started seeing it as. So I'm like, yeah, if I go out in public, even now, and then I'm just walking or something, and if I see people like slantly looking at me or just walking past or like on the side of the street, like walking, in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, they just protectors. Like they like my quote unquote bodyguards, but not really. But I just be thinking like, okay, my parents, Father God, Mother Earth sent them to look over me. Like, oh, she's walking to the store. Oh, she's just walking around the neighborhood. Have some random people, or they have people that was already walking, but something would jump inside of them and use their eyes to like monitor me in a good way to make sure that okay, I don't trip or that some random car is not going to come and jump the curb purposely, like they there for like my protection. So that's how I started seeing things, not as like a, oh my goodness, people following me in a bad way, they're gonna do something. It's like, no, if anybody is following me or giving me like a side eye, I know that they know who I am, and they like the king's guards, the queen's guards, they down, they sent down there to be like, hey, watch over her, but don't make it so obvious. Like, be her bodyguard, but don't make it so obvious that you're there. Like, how like an overprotective dad it's like, watch over my daughter, but I don't want her to know that you're there. So you gotta, maneuver and this and that. So that's how I be seeing it. And that's what it is. So that's like this one time when I was dating this guy. This was years ago, okay? So we used to go riding, he'd be like, you trying to ride out with me? I'm like, of course. So we go riding around Baltimore. So he is like, yeah, people know me, people know my car, people know who I am. Like this, he talking to me. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because when he would like drive some places and he would park somewhere and I would stay in the car while he go and do what he got to do, and then come back to the car, whatever. But for the most part, I would be left inside his car while he go and do what he got to do. So just one particular time, mind you, it'd be nighttime. So this one particular time, no different. We went to some, neighborhood in Baltimore. And, me, I don't really know Baltimore like that. I know enough of it, but I don't know it like that, especially in the dark. I just know like the streets be looking the damn same with these row houses and whatever, whatever. So we was like on that part of Baltimore. So I'm like, and it's dark. So we pull up, so he parked the car, he left the car on. He always leave the car running, the keys in it, whatever, whatever. He always do that and lock the door, whatever. Or I lock the door when he get out, but whatever. So he so I'm sitting in the car, he get out. So he walking up the street. I don't even know what door he going to, because mind you, these is like doors that is like close together, like the townhouse part. So I don't know. I can't be like, oh, we went in the third door. And plus, I don't be looking at him while he be walking away like that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. So he walking up the street so I can see him. And so he ended up going inside of a house. I don't know what house, whatever. I just know he went up some steps and went inside the house. So I don't know how many houses down from the car. So I'm just sitting in the car, just, whatever, whatever. So then I end up like looking out the window. Mind you, it's still dark and he got like some tents on the car, whatever. So I seen a guy up the street just standing out on the corner. So I'm like, okay, guy right there. I just peeped it, cool, whatever. He up there at the corner. So then, I looked around a little bit, everything cool. And then I start hearing like two other people voices coming up from behind the car, like further down, like they all like loud and walking or whatever, like, yeah, well, talking to themselves. So I'm like, all right, so that's two people coming up behind the car somewhere, talking or whatever. Cool. And one guy at the corner. All right. So then, I'm just like, whatever. I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I'm not none of that. Cause I'm like, whatever. Like, I know they ain't gonna do nothing. I didn't have that kind of fear anyway. And plus, whatever, anytime I'm with this guy, like, I feel safe. Like, I know he wouldn't put me in no kind of harm's way, like, whatever. So I wasn't really tripping. And plus, I was like what he said, that everybody knows Kai and know who he is, so they know not to fuck with him and not to, whatever. They know all of this. So I'm like, I'm cool, I'm good. So I'm just like minding my business. I probably got on my phone, like searching on my phone, doing something. I don't know. So then the two voices start getting closer, to the car and walking up the street some. So they, steady walking, steady walking. So they get all close and loud. It seems like they get louder as they get closer to the car. So they walk past the car. They ain't stop. They ain't looking and they ain't do nothing. They just kept walking past and talking, whatever. And then the guy at the corner end up being, he disappeared. I ain't gonna say disappeared. I just know I ain't see him. So when the two dudes walk past the car, like I said, they still talking a little loud, whatever. Walk past the car, they're like, all right, all right, all right. I look up, I'm like, and I noticed the guy at the corner up the street was gone. So I'm like, all right, well, he gone. And these two other dudes is, they're about to be up near the corner and about to go whatever way, whatever. So all this is probably about a good 5 minutes. So I'm like, all right. So the two dudes gone and the guy at the corner is gone. So now it's just like silence. There was just like silence. So now I'm like, okay, anything want to happen next? Like, what it is. So then I heard somebody riding a bike, like, and this person, like, I ain't even hear it till it got close up behind the car. It was coming behind the car. So this person like was riding a bike, and then when they passed the car, when I seen them, they was like damn near the back passenger door. Like, so I ain't even hear them coming up all the way up the street. So that did like startle me just like a little, like riding on a bicycle. I'm like, oh, where the word that person come from riding on a damn bicycle? So I'm like, it's like okay, whatever. So that was it. So then, like, I'm gonna say like 2 minutes later, that's when I seen him walking, my friend walking down, back towards the car. So he got in, and everything was like cool and regular. Like, all right. So I say this to say that I was thinking like days later or whatever, and even like years later, during this whole time, I was just thinking like maybe, and I was saying like that could have been a test too, because I'm just like maybe a lot of females was probably put in a position like that, like being with somebody who they supposed to, trust and be safe around. But then when that guy leaves you, I mean he's coming back, he's coming back. But when that guy leaves you in the car by yourself in the dark around, guys who you don't know outside, like the neighborhood, walking up and down the street, doing this and this in the dark. That was like a test. Like, was I going to text him and be like, "Hey, can you come outside?" Like, people around the car. After he done told me, like, "Look, people know me around the neighborhood. Like, they know my car. Like, you good. Ain't nobody gonna, mess with you, or whatever." Like, this dude specifically told me that. So I'm like, was it gonna, was the test, hey, I'm texting him while he's inside doing whatever he's doing. Like, hey, come outside. People around the car. This guy on a bicycle just rode up the street. It's two guys talking. Was I going to be sending him a text like that? Or was I, going to be like, man, F this, I'm about to roll out in his car. Like, F this dude, he done got me here outside for almost 10 minutes and people walking past. I'm about to just roll out with his car. I don't know. I don't know. Or was I going to get out? Was I going to get out and, take the keys off the car and start knocking on people's doors instead of texting him or calling him, or call him or text him and he didn't respond? And then I'm like getting like worried, like, oh my goodness, he ain't call me back or he ain't text back. It's been 3 minutes and people walking up and down the street, like different things. So I'm like, that probably happened in different past times. So, or people be like, oh my goodness, these people out on the street, they're about to, like that kind of fear thing or whatever. But when it came to me this particular time, this time around, you know, I was like, shoot, I took his word. Like, why not? I'm just like, yeah. And it wasn't like the first time, like we rode around and stuff like that. Like, so so to me that was like a test. So that's why I be saying like if I do see like people or guys like just like out the blue walking or just somewhere, I'm just like, okay, they're here for like protection. They ain't here to do nothing because obviously they know who I am. They know who I'm connected to. So they know that they better not play. So that's the whole thing. Like, and plus I don't be like the first thing that's in my mind. Like if I'm walking past somebody or they know they better not play with me, like no, I'd be like, hey, should be a regular person. But, yeah, that do cross my mind like, oh, okay, they know who I am. Or damn, my parents sent them to look over me, like use their eyes, make sure I'm good. Like what? So that's how I see it. So far as being like a target individual, yeah, that phase lasted, I'm gonna say no more than 2 months. No more than 2 months when I was like, oh, people testing me, you know, people is like quote unquote out to get me or trying to test me or trying to just piss me off, yada yada yada. And then that 2 months happened in between, like during the same time, again, when I was doing research on the Illuminati, on the Scottish Rite, and on Freemasonry, and maybe on some other stuff too. And like again, watching movies and things coming up on my social media feeds and stuff like that. So all that, and then watching videos of people who was claiming to be TIs and targeted individuals, listening to their stories and stuff. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I experienced that. Or oh, I didn't think about it like that. So yeah, so that was in my head for like a good maybe no more than 2 months. And again, as I started kept doing more research on things, I'm just like, wait a minute, I'm fucking in charge. I ain't no damn target individual. These people who's doing this stuff, they just want to confirm some stuff to themselves. Or these people is like watchers over me. They, like, yeah, when I go inside of a restaurant and it be empty, and then 3 minutes later, after I order my food, more people start coming in. I don't think that they doing that to piss me off. I think it's more so, oh my goodness, we know who she is. She's Demetra. Like, I want to be around her, like something like that. People just get too excited. You're like, oh my goodness, this is Demetra here. I feel the energy. Like, for some reason, I wasn't even thinking about going to that place, but something is drawing me to go to this restaurant. And then when they get inside, it's like, oh my goodness, is this the Mitra? Like people don't know how to act, and then they got to keep it cool. So, but yeah. And I know I was talking about something earlier, then I just went on this topic. But yeah, just know that it's more secret societies, more secretive than like what's out in the forefront. So Freemasonry and the Illuminati and all the Scottish Rite, like that's not the secret societies. Like yeah, up front to push y'all in the public eye. Okay, yeah, fine. But don't y'all know it's a more? Well, y'all don't know. But if you know that it's more secretive, secret societies, like groups of people that y'all don't even know of. That's like all these movies that be out there when people saving the world, but then they don't broadcast it. Like the movie Core, Core, and there's plenty of other movies too. But when people is like saving like a group of people that's on a mission that they're saving the world, but the masses don't even know what's going on. Everybody living their day-to-day lives. And then these people is doing secret missions, going to the moon, going to the core of the earth, quote unquote. And yeah, Eleanor, you know. And then the people be like, I just saved the world. And then the masses be like, well, how you saved the world? It wasn't on the news. And it's like, yeah, it wasn't going to be on the news because it was a secret mention. And nobody supposed to know about it. Like, I just saved y'all thousands of times. No, you didn't. If it was, if we would have heard about it. No, you wouldn't because I saved it from happening. Like, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I'm about to, yeah, Eleanor. All right, I'll be back a little later. All right.